UNL Poker has played over 10,000 hands, each one unique, some challenging,
has another unbelievable hand, and he puts his arms up in anguish.
some heartbreaking, some a crowning moment.
Three kings. And that's it.
Mitchell wins!
He's running to three kings. That is it. Mitch Francis.
Smiles have been shared, chips exchanged, memories made. For some, tonight is their final chance to book their winning story. In poker, this is what you live for. One table, one shot, one moment. Only one can win the biggest prize in college poker. Will it be PJ, three-time champion looking for the exclamation point on a storied UNL poker career? Jeff, the skilled veteran in his fifth UNL poker final table. Alec, Mr. President with his eyes on a different title. Matt, an exciting rookie that will risk big to win big. Connor, another rookie that will challenge for the trophy. Or Rome, the regular looking to mix it up and silence his doubters. Six players, one trophy, one more time. UNL Poker Club proudly presents the Premier League Final.
Live from room number 310 from Anderson Hall, it's the Premier League Final, brought to you by UNL Poker. Along with myself, Jeff Axter, and my partner, Alec Rome, this is the pristine event of the year for college poker, the Premier League Final, season number 5 here for UNL Poker, and it's going to be an exciting one. 6 players, 1 trophy, a battle for glory, Alec, and it couldn't be a better day for it.
That's right. One more time, Jeff. We do this again, and we do it live in front of the world. And I think this is the most ambitious stream we've ever done. You know, we've added more stuff, 4 cameras that are all a lot better than mobile phones, and a crane. We have a crane. That's what we're recording on. It's a crane. Can you believe it? It's going to be an exciting time. And this time, Jeff and I are both playing in it. Which is for the first time, I think, since maybe season 2?
It was 2 or 3. I couldn't remember.
I think it's season 2 because I didn't play in season 3 or 4 in the final because I called it. But this time I said, no, somebody else is going to do that crap. I'm going to play. I'm going to win. But I guess we'll talk about how everybody else has a shot to win, I guess, you know, except me. But Jeff, I mean, let's go down the line. You know, besides the historic moment, and we're all excited about the stream, we have 6 players here that are all very capable. And let's go down the line and what is it going to take everybody to win? And let's start with PJ, the 3-time champion, won the last Premier League. What do you think it's going to take him to retain today?
Obviously, the run good that he always seems to pick up
Yep,
in these big stages, but he plays very exploitative. That's how you say it. But he really plays a lot like that, especially with smaller fields such as like this, and when it gets down to smaller numbers. So I think if PJ plays that way, and combine that with his run good, I think that's kind of the key for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I think PJ, gets that little bit of run good and just simply plays at the level that he plays at. I think that's all it really takes. PJ's a very competent player without a doubt, and will be a danger on the table regardless of where we're at when we're playing all that. Next would be a newcomer, Matt Engel.
Yeah, Matt's a really solid player. He's a rookie that's come in and really made a good impact. I think he needs to stretch it out a little bit with some bluffs or whatnot, because I don't know. He has a very tight range. I think he's a little bit tighter, and so I think he needs to open up a little bit, especially being six-handed, and with this being tournament style, I think he's got to turn that up. With the cash game format, he was able to wait out his spots like a lot of people did in UNL poker, but I think he needs to pull off a little more bluffs. I mean, he could have been bluffing a lot more in Premier League, and I don't know it.
We don't know.
But
we don't know.
Every time I've seen him go to showdown, whatnot, there's not a lot of bluffs I've seen him put forth, so I think maybe that's something I need to do more.
I think he's capable. I think he's capable.
Oh, yeah,
of doing
more than
it,
capable.
But, yeah, I think that's going to be the interesting part is whether or not it happens today. And I think you have to do it in order to win. You got to pull off the one big move during the game. Also, Connor, who, by the way, we have to clarify, Mitch was supposed to be in the Premier League final for the 5th season. Is at a film viewing of all the films that he did with the Johnny Carson School. So he was unable to play in this one. I know he wanted to make it. It was a last-minute conflict. But really quickly, Mitch, big thank you for his last semester and for being with us over 5 semesters and helping found the club.
One of the originals.
One of the originals. So we're missing him here, but want to give him the ode as he did qualify for the 5th season Premier League final. But Connor taking his place tonight, what does Connor have to do to win it?
Yeah, I think Connor's in a similar position to Matt. Because, again, those two guys are kind of, I think, play pretty similar.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like you mentioned, I think they need to pull off that big move because ultimately that's what's going to have to take with tournament style and just a different atmosphere being in here. This is going to be the first time, I believe, they're going to be playing in here compared to some of the
really
field.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really interesting to see how much being in here takes effect.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a different animal than playing in our regular room. I think that the luck and how the cards kind of go is definitely different superstitiously in the other room than it is in this room. Rome, who has been a surpriser all the way through, but you know what? I think that he had the potential before to at least make a run, and he's done it this time all the way to the Premier League final. Jeff, what does Rome have to do to win?
As much as he is an unconventional finalist for us, he's not one of the originals. He's been here a little while, but honestly, the way he's played so far, he's definitely deserved a spot. Usually he's a guy when he bets out. I mean, when you saw the growth he's done from where he first came to the club to now, you could just see how much better he's gotten. Because he's bluffing more now. He used to never, ever bluff, and now he's showing over. He has like a combo draw and then like just completely goes on the river with a huge bluff and gets it through. Like really, he's implemented a lot of new stuff.
Yeah, he's really gone a lot on feeling. I feel like at times it doesn't work for him, and at times it does. He's gotten me to fold better hands so far with a little bit of a bluff, a little bit of a needle. But I think both that and Jeff, I think he's made some really good hero calls along the year. I think he's been put in tough situations with hands that are like, man, okay, yeah, I understand why you'd be in that spot. And he ends up making the right decision a little bit more this time around. And so, yeah, absolutely, I think he's deserved his spot. And continuing that same kind of magic, if you can find it one more time, he might find a Premier League trophy at the end of the day. So we covered everybody else. Jeff, what is going to take you to win the Premier League trophy today?
Nothing, baby. I'm all set. No, I'm just kidding. I think feeling my instinct more. I did that a little bit in the last Premier League final, but there's some spots where I don't think I listened to myself quite exactly. One of those spots being aces versus queens. Well, you can't really blame that. My instinct at first was like, I need to fold this, but I couldn't. So I think follow my instincts more. I think I've kind of honed my tournament play game over the past couple seasons with Premier League poker or UNL poker. And the thing is, we played so often with a lot of these guys that really is up to instinct and making that correct call, whatnot. It really is quite an even field. So I think it's just about doing that. In terms of you.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of me, if I have to win the Premier League trophy today, if I want to, I think it's going to be taking the right chances at the right time. I haven't played in one of these streams in a while. I think that's going to be interesting, and of course I haven't played in a final in a while, so I think it's just settling in for me, and reading the table, see where everybody's at, and then just be an opportunist and hope the cards go my way. I don't know what else to say, really. It's just the cards are going to have to go my way, and then normally when they go my way, I find a way to get chips from people. So that's just the hope for me. But it's going to be an interesting time. I mean, we've got an incredible setup here, crew and all that, and we want to thank everybody for joining us here for Premier League Final. And Jeff, if you don't have anything else, let's send it over to Wes and Brock. Wes and Brock, a participant in this season, and Wes in previous seasons, to call this one the Premier League Final for the 5th season of UNL Poker.
Okay, I think we're live.
Hello. Good morning.
Okay, welcome to the UNL Poker Club final table stream. And we're going to be looking to play some good poker tonight. The dealer button is on Connor, if I am correct, and we should be ready to go.
Yes, we are. We can hit the go button, and we'll be off.
When I consolidate our seats, did you get knocked out? No, hey there, already sold that. Good try. Awkward.
And away we go.
So, the action is on Alec,
Everybody.
and we're going to see what the first hand looks like.
And fold.
See it fold.
Yeah. Nope, four. I'm already tilted. That was bad.
Just didn't want to break up those even stacks.
Jack. Alright, exhilarating first hand here.
Great. This is great.
Connor with a middling hand, Jack 10 off. The most neutral way to probably start the night.
Check. Okay. Alright, boys. Check. Okay.
Guys.
Nope, check.
We're only trying to make this the
Check.
best stream of the year, and instead we.
Fold, thank you.
Good God. Alright.
We're figuring it out.
Get that one. That was a good test hand. That was like a good. We should have done that hand before the show, honestly.
But hey.
But hey.
What was the action?
It is what it is.
We missed the action,
You buy right.
basically.
We miss all the action.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Because you guys went light speed folding down.
It checked down to the river until Rome bet and PJ folded.
Could have done it on the flop, buddy.
That's right. It's the first time we've all.
You might as well not even count the action.
It's
It's
first.
that bad.
It's first. We might as well just cut that from the stream. But we're just gonna pretend that wasn't.
You're gonna have to cut a lot here.
Won the first fucking
Because it didn't catch any of the cards that came down on the flop or the river.
Hold on,
either.
I'm gonna get.
Jacoby?
Yeah.
Please wait while we solve technical difficulties.
TV delay. Gotta love it.
Delay.
TV.
I guarantee it's rough. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I guarantee. Hey, it's a great time to take a look at all the awesome camera angles.
There's an error.
There's an error. Okay.
Huh?
Whole error stream. No. Whole fucking stream. Don't tell me to use this.
And then we
I'm not so proud of it, bro.
Backwards.
okay, and then it didn't catch any of the
Do you want pizza?
Okay, so Connor folded.
Pretty tough luck, but hey, it's okay. We're probably capped out right now with no negative viewers. So
Enter it. You go here.
for the night.
So.
I don't like enter it.
Less for the people watching.
Okay. Yeah.
Just for me to go back and critique my play
Okay.
and realize that Jeff
that.
is really wide. So is Alex.
That. Okay. Okay. We're just gonna act like Connor's in the hand. This is 3 club turn. Ever 9 of hearts.
Honestly, floating out like 3 streets.
Back. Bet.
Later.
4.
If he has
Fold.
action
Fold.
going
Brilliant.
slow.
Next hand. Here we go.
Alright.
And 10 is. Okay. We should be okay. No, that's all right. Let's get rid of that. If it happens again, I will.
Rome had a full 10 minutes waiting for this video to come up, but he sat over there listening to them talk.
Oh,
Damn it, Rome.
yes.
Thanks a bunch for that brief pause. We would very much like for the audience to know what the cards are, and we would also like to know what the cards are.
Yeah, that would be helpful. And it seems like we should be good for the next hand.
All right. So the fact that that first hand went, check, 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 bet fold, I think is indicative of how everyone's going to be really tight to start.
Rome folds.
Too fucking late, Rome.
Too late. Sorry, you only can win the first hand.
If I'm not mistaken, Connor's gotten Jack 10 off twice. It's not the worst hand to get consistently.
Seems like he's going to play it, actually.
Connor, how can I not call this? How can I not call this?
Kind of a tough spread there.
Alec, anyone who knows Alec's betting behavior over time knows that he's, I think, one of the most likely players to defend against a single razor pre-flop. And a hand like that
And wow,
wow. That is
disgusting.
incredible.
That is absolutely.
The good news for Alec is unless he tries to get interesting with it,
It doesn't look
he
like
doesn't have a
will.
lot.
He's gonna.
I'm going to give guys back just a couple seconds to let them know that I didn't flop trip jacks. So I'm going to let my cards go.
Oh, but Alec, somebody did. And you got out really good.
What a great defense. I mean, look, I had to defend him. I'm not going to lie that I didn't like the second card that I saw, but golly.
And wow, what a flop for Connor to basically start off his night.
Big blind defend fold here.
Okay, it's just the nitty.
I suppose if you keep getting Jack 10, eventually, statistically, you're going to flop a full house. Now,
That's a long
you want to
wait.
talk about flopping full houses, though. If I was Connor, I'd be thinking about how, well, this isn't statistically sound, but I'd be thinking about how you're only going to have so many full houses at a certain table, and that was one of them.
Apparently, Big Report just said that
Yeah, it is kind of a superstition. If you
Broncos wouldn't actually hit.
go too hot early on, you might run into issues later.
It's fun to believe.
The swing.
Trade rumors.
But that might not even be true.
That's where a dude just texted the news station. I have personal information that Aaron Rodgers is going to play.
I have a friend. I have a source.
Oh, hey there.
Didn't see it. Didn't see it. You're okay.
Thanks a bunch to our dealer, Hamlet.
It was my ace that he did that with. He did with
And Rome. Let's see how he opens.
Rome just
Just
limp.
a limp UTG with ace jack off. PJ loves those sneaky hands. Oh, and Alex sticking around because that is a club favorite. 5-3 suited. He's not going anywhere.
Jeff might try to make people ante up a little bit here.
Hey, if I flop this huge, I'm betting 10K.
And we don't know his hand, but that's okay. That makes it fun. Well, PJ is going to end up sticking around. He's got the flush draw.
It was
He's got a
8,000.
pair on the board. Was it 8,000?
God, gosh dang it.
I can't believe it.
I'm bigly now, dude. My odds are through the roof. Rome's following
There
me.
you go. Rome's
Any
Rome
odds?
is really just hoping for a king. A king of diamonds would be brutal, though.
Rocky, this is huge. This is huge.
It actually is huge for PJ. I think Rome is falling into a trap here. That is to say, you have ace jack, you're so happy with it. Are you going to let it go? Oh no, that was the worst card possible.
All right, well.
Holy guacamole. I mean, actually, the worst card. Rome is in big trouble. And let's see how much PJ can get out of this.
What is the big number Rome comes up with? 36?
And just a call.
Oh, Lord.
30,000. Obvious call from PJ, and he will take it away.
I'm bigly.
And
You know, PJ just calling might make sense. You really want to cripple yourself early, running flush against flush when you have the second lowest flush possible.
There was never a moment during
Yes, and like, I mean that diamond didn't come on the turn, so I mean you were waiting, and there was really no betting on much betting on the turn, so PJ just kind of gotta sit and improve there. Every card there just improved his hand so much.
Yeah, that is pretty true, right? Like from the flop, every card it just got better. It was just you can't stop it.
Those are the easy hands in poker. Like, I'm sure if like somebody had the higher diamonds, like that might have led him into issues. But like when you have a hand that is already somewhat good, improves on the turn, improves on the river, that's like one that is very hard to give away.
Yeah, and moreover, hands like that are rewarding when, especially by the river, when your opponent gets his straight. Because think about the odds of getting that hand alone. If you're just dealing yourself, pretty low. But if the odds then of an opponent having a worthwhile hand makes it even lower. Matt with just a terrible looking hand. PJ unstoppable with the hands.
Rome again.
Unfortunately for PJ, there's not a whole lot, but him and Rome keep getting into it.
Who needs to be here?
Am I back and forth?
Rome has a shocking ability to turn up good hands out of
At the wrong times.
tonight. What was the flop? Two of diamonds, nine of spades. Yeah. So after the update there, it looks like Rome did hit what he wanted to there. Top pair. Unless he gets frightened away here, he's got a good chance to win this hand.
This is a good hand.
Doesn't.
There you go.
See if PJ might go a third street here, but it wouldn't be to his benefit.
No, it would not.
Oh, no.
And
Rome's gonna
Rome
open
leads
up.
out. Does PJ interpret that as actual strength given his hand? I think he lays it down.
I don't know. It was another 40K, so he didn't go up. I don't think, PJ interprets that as him trying to, bluff the hand, or else, you would go larger. Rome's going to get a lot of value.
PJ would think he's making the hero call. I think he's just upset he had ace-king suited and didn't do anything
And
for
it's
him.
just, the board.
You ever know you're gonna lose if you call, and then you just call it anyway? It's just like what you have to do with your life.
He does. He pays him off.
I think PJ could have talked himself out of it, but having talked to PJ before about this, I know it's, for him, I think one of the factors leading to that decision would have been that it's early in the game, he's got chips to lose, and that he wants information. With that kind of bet sizing, in that position, is Rome, what does Rome have? The answer is, it was pretty reflective of actual value.
So, PJ and Rome trade a few chips there.
One more time. Let's see him get one more hand like that in a row. Hat trick.
No graphic speed of the.
I don't know. I think other people might be we've seen fairly big pre-flop betting, going up to 12K, and I think some other people, the people who've been playing a few hands might try to back off here, or
Nor do they lay down the heat. Who hasn't played yet? Matt? Yeah, well, just Matt, I think.
I know. That's the only bad part of it.
It's a harder surface.
Yeah.
And he chooses not to. PJ with another decent hand.
I'm just gonna have to fold the first orbit. It's fine.
You and I both are.
Gonna be out in.
Heads up against who?
You know, with a spade in his hand, PJ's probably feeling pretty safe. Is there really any reason to worry about that hand?
Everybody put some chips while listening to the
Meanwhile, is Connor really interested in taking it further? Apparently.
Apparently he is, yeah.
Does it make the hand any more interesting? Only for Connor. I suppose he's waiting for an 8 as a concerned PJ. Actually, I think PJ's going to bet something heavy.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to see some wacko stuff on the river.
Probably thinks he can bet Connor off of it. And little does he know that Connor is not winning this hand. And he folds. So PJ makes a little bit back.
And the good thing too is that every cam's audio is being recorded separately.
So PJ will be under the gun for this hand. Let's see how he tries to play it once we see some cards.
Perfect.
You know, I'd make a comment about PJ's aggression here, but he's also gotten a string of like really good hands. There's no reason he shouldn't be. And yeah, I mean, is it playable? PJ's. I mean, how does PJ not play this?
Under the gun. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, maybe because he's under the gun, but it is also PJ.
UTG thin line? Come on now.
Was that a call from PJ?
Get it up to 35.
Okay.
That sounds like a very PJ move. It does. Meanwhile, Alec is got a bit of a Punisher hand.
Raised to 33 from Alec, and that is gonna get a lot of.
Except for Matt, who has the red version of Alex's Big Slick. Now,
Well, it's not quite suited for him.
Oh, is
actually,
Big
no.
Slick supposed to be suited? Do I just not know my poker tournament? Hold on, let's see if he
It might be.
raises. Wow.
He does.
Now, PJ, I mean, what are you thinking
Now,
here?
mind you, that is basically a fifth of the stack just to play. And PJ's, I'm gonna fold here.
You know what? I bet they're both thinking the other guy has like a pocket pair.
So they're gonna start pretty much even if Alec takes this.
I'd be surprised if Alec lays this down. See, Alec is thinking he's got like queens or something.
And I don't know if Alec wants to flop, see cards against queens for 90K.
I'd love to see this go to a flop and then an ace hits the board.
Oh, that somebody would be out early then. Well, actually, no, they would
Just a
split.
call. Yeah, they'd be sticking around.
They'd be split.
Now let's see if some wacky tobacco flush works out for someone.
That would be really the only danger here for either person not to chop.
And it's Matt with the potential
Just-
wacky tobacco flush.
The slight odds on having the 2 diamonds.
You know, this is an actual opportunity for Alec to make a bet and grab it, but he doesn't. No blame.
I don't know what bet's gonna.
It's the world of whoever bets first. Seems the scariest.
Yeah, but with 180 plus already in the pot.
Alec is a bold man. He is the brass. Apparently not.
I mean, the bet sizing has to be pretty much massive to buy a person. chop unless somebody buys it.
Yep, we chopped. Cool.
And they chopped it.
That's why I was like,
Checked it down and chopped it.
What a shame.
huge or
No
chopping. I'm like,
interesting play there.
all right, cool. Cool.
Well, the pre-flop was interesting. Really, the big lose here is PJ. We thought he was being special with Queen 10.
Yeah, it would have worked out, but it is hard to look at your Queen 10 offsuit and say this is worth 90K.
Yeah, when it's raised 90, yeah, you're probably not.
And then I was gonna check
Good.
calling you on the river because nothing really changed on the board after.
But yeah, that is one of those hands where, the pre-flop is going to be big, but when both of them have the same hand, like, the only interesting thing that was going to happen there is, like, aces, kings hit the board.
I could think of a few players in Poker Club that would have bet the flop or the turn just to see where the opponent was at.
Yeah. But, again, like, how do you bet size with, like, 90K pre-flop?
Pot. Another
180K.
hold on, a half pot.
Half pot bet.
Mike Postle rule. Is if
Half
you have
pot
a
call.
over at Mike,
Snap call.
Just
What do you do?
snap call, like,
you have to go
the person who's calling, like, another 90K with air on their ace king, like, that does put a lot of pressure on them.
trophy. So if you
But I mean, if I had ace king off with nothing on the board and I bet 200K into that and they snap called, I'd be sweating bullets.
Yeah, action on Alex. Wouldn't be blaming you.
oh my god.
Hey, buddy, I just like to listen to my local guy.
Alec folds the mystery hand. Jeff with something suited.
Big play for 100.
The matching shapes get Jeff interested.
I'm like,
But I'm gonna I have to 3-bet that.
yeah, you have to.
The same logic applies to Rome.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, okay, well.
Does Matt stick around for the exact same reason?
I couldn't.
Looks like
They're
he
just
does.
all flush hunted.
No folding there, but it's kind of the
Oh, PJ's gonna play this. For the folks that don't know, PJ loves his jack off hands.
Yeah,
Jack
I
act.
green ones, I was like,
And
X, I don't think X can be higher. I think it has to be garbage lower. And he typically gets there.
well, let's see. It doesn't look like he does.
There you go, spark.
But Rome is definitely feeling good. I mean, what are you worried about is Rome here? The answer is nothing.
22.
So you know what? If you had asked me if Jeff would make a move like this before the stream, I would have said no. Jeff would never bet like that with total air. But he surprised me tonight with that.
An easy call.
Rome,
from
yeah,
Rome.
Rome's not going anywhere. Matt gets out good, and so does PJ.
So, Jeff, kind of bluffing here.
Now the question is, does he go 3 barrels? I mean, what are you hoping for? A 3
I mean,
of diamonds? Actually, that would be his dream card, wouldn't it?
what was the turn there?
Not the dream card. Oh, actually, Jeff is mega buried.
So Jeff probably should get out here.
But if you're a bluffer, I mean, what do you think? What do you?
I mean, if you're gonna bluff this, like with a person leading 20K into you, you're gonna have to go big and hope that they have like a middle, and he chooses to fold it. And it was the right decision. Well, just a few smaller hands here. It is like large. They start off with a pretty large chip.
Yeah, I think we started
stack 600.
150 big blinds deep.
So, they can trade like a few like 20K, 40K hands.
Well, you
Still
know what?
Obviously be in the plane.
It's going to be a death by 1,000 paper cuts, right? People are going to lose a few hands. They'll start feeling the pressure. They'll play a little tighter. In like 10 minutes, we're going to raise the blind levels. And that'll, rinse and repeat until suddenly you're down to like 10 big blinds and you're shoving. And you're asking yourself, how'd you get there? I didn't lose big on anything. I just didn't hit.
It's a problem.
Yeah, definitely. And those raising blind levels are going to be the real killer later on. But Right now, they're relatively low.
Jeff is so disgusted with his hand. He walks away.
You can pull up Twitch and some of my apps.
Matt has just been getting junk all night. That or I have a horrible memory of what cards he's gotten. Alec, always willing to defend.
He's defending with
Is that it? Oh, right.
Would you not defend with
surprisingly the better
10-4?
hand.
I have a hand that I'm going to play.
I personally might consider not.
Well, that's because you're not the man in the excellent Cubs jersey.
A big moment.
Huge moment.
Huge moment right here for me.
Huge moment. Doesn't work out for anybody.
Alec hits his 4.
What's amazing is it looks like he hit his 4, but it didn't change the odds a whole lot.
Yeah, baby!
But it did get him the hand.
Alec is just here to win. It's not about the chips.
It's not about the value.
It's about the small victories.
It's about getting some dubs in.
I don't think he's been at the final table in a while. He's been so gracious as to produce these things. He kind of, the past few seasons, I think he's almost elected to not, or has severely handicapped himself.
Yeah, definitely. But I think he's in it to win it tonight. He finally gets to be in the final table, and I think he obviously he might go all the way.
Well, you know what's odd is in that 10-minute intro video, he said something like he had ulterior motives. It was weird. Did you pick up on that? It was like, what is Alec going for? It's like, the win? What are you going for?
I believe it was like another title, so he's not just the president. He's now the champion. But he's got a long way to go before he earns that title.
Yes, he does.
So Rome with drunk hand is going to throw it away.
PJ just had the best hand.
Jeff
and
might
he
get a
folded.
walk here.
I don't think we've seen. No, we haven't seen a walk.
And Jeff gets a walk.
With 7-6 red.
Offsuit. And
I don't know why I got so excited about that. It's a walk.
but Jeff walks away with 2K for free there. Probably
Who's
happy.
PJ
now.
on the bottom of this?
The players are demanding a wash after that hand, which with the few hands we did get a glimpse at there, they were all pretty bad. So, I mean, I don't blame them.
Really? Would you ask for a wash there? Yeah. You want to talk about superstitious?
You know, it's always nice to clean the slate after a particularly bad hand like that.
They're all asking for a wash. They got like 2.5 bad hands, and they're thinking it's bad luck.
But hey,
Let's see some boldness with a queen 6. Connor, 3x raise.
we've only really seen one cooler hand so far, so I mean, nobody's can be that mad with how they've been dealt.
And we don't know Matt's cards, but we have more duplicate hands.
I sympathize with your story. Oh, Connor.
You know, this is really the spread of a total limp pot. Unless Rome has... Oh, Rome better not raise this.
You know, they were all demanding that Rome respect the limp there, but I think everybody else on the table might try to
They're all just
squeeze
worried.
there.
Unless Matt has total cheddar.
And Jeff, in a very expansive table here, has quite good odds.
Well, we also don't know what Matt has. Matt could be sitting with 7. Becomes more likely given that he stuck around.
More Rome in this.
Yes.
Now, Rome is really... He's either... I mean, there's really no straight opportunities. It's just him straight high on his stack and trying to make a stab at it.
And we still do not know what Matt has, so I mean, we're sweating with Rome here.
If I was Rome, I'd be pretty upset by now. You've got nothing, and now you either have to check and look weak, or you bet something and just...
He's gonna try to buy it.
Now was Matt
And
on a
he
draw?
got it.
Wow. All right, Matt must have been on a draw then.
Yeah, like folding right away there. I don't know what draw he misses though, like Queen 7-3, and then it maybe.
Wait, well, you have the. Oh wait, no, the heart hits.
The heart hits.
Okay, maybe he wasn't on a draw, but maybe he had a 7 or a queen rag, and then the king hits, or you think it's a better queen against you. Interesting. We'll never know unless we ask him.
I don't think that's a hand you generally like remember what you had. It's.
You want to bet? I'm gonna ask him.
Oh,
That was not official. That was not. There was
That's a
no gambling
parlay.
at UNL Poker Club.
of course.
Great. No matter what anybody opens to, it's all anything.
But it is like for me, I only remember the hands that like, like something, momentous happened. I don't generally remember the hands where it's just like some low betting and then you just throw it away after you missed your.
Or you can be
hard
like
draw.
Alec Rome and remember every hand you've ever had.
An eidetic memory for hands.
Matt, we can just not tell what cards you have for the life of you. Except now you have the Gouda, Ace 10 off. I think it's a good looking hand.
It's a good looking hand, but I'm sure. Does he play it? How does he play it? Just a call. I don't mind that too much. Try to see where everybody else is at.
Little big blind UTG was in.
It,
This is gonna be a
And we have our third duplicate hand. At this point, I just want Connor to win it.
I mean, he's got pretty good odds here. For going up against ace tens. They have
All right.
blockers.
His odds have dropped drastically.
Matt, gonna try to see if he can buy this one.
But they all have nothing. First to bet wins.
Rome folds. See what Connor does here. He
If
doesn't-
Connor calls, I'll be really shocked.
And he folded. He didn't have much to
Good.
play for there.
Yeah, what are you hoping for? Like 5-9, 5-3, queen.
I think queen is what you have to look for there. And he didn't believe in it, so.
How we doing, Kieran?
Keep holding on to.
All right, after this hand, we will be raising the blinds.
That's a dog. That's a dog.
I believe the number is
3-6,
3-6.
Yeah, we gotta get out.
but not this hand.
Yeah.
But we gotta get
You might want to announce that to the table, Hammy. Oh, well, you're just quiet as a mouse.
Sure, a little bit late. Like
Thanks, buddy.
Action on PJ.
Oh, now he announces it.
love it. Love those cards.
Alec not enjoying his cards tonight.
Great.
The one hand I played, I had Jack 4 suited.
I shot.
Jeff didn't like him either.
And I played. Got 4-bet free. I'm like, well.
Rome seems some runners.
I think he's had, on average, the best hands.
Kings here. Like, oh.
I don't know if I like playing Jack 10 off.
Really, I like that. It's so perfectly in the middle. You got options. I like having options. Matt with Jack 9, sort of interesting, except when someone has a Jack 10, and a lot less interesting when the board looks like that.
And they check it around, even though
Everyone's got
basically
something.
everybody has something, yeah.
Oh, Connor wakes up with Broadway in Rome or Matt.
And he does not try to play that.
Brilliant entertainment.
Maybe try to catch some value.
Well, I think
the end
Connor's
here.
being smart here.
wait for somebody to try to buy it.
Right.
Oh my god.
And
Hey, there's a bet.
Connor tries to get some thin value here.
Got a call.
And he does.
Double the pot size in one street.
I think he's read the tea leaves.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I'm glad. I didn't.
And turns it over, and
Yeah, I
he
mean,
wins the hand there.
I really like what he did, because if everyone's checking that, you really think your 10K bet on the turn are going to keep people around.
They do. Well, after the ace there, that does clear away their not even top pair. Yeah, there really isn't much for them there, but sometimes it's got.
Just move them around the whole area. Yeah, 3
So you checked out all the suits, right? You checked out all the suits, man. That wasn't a good turn on the hand.
You have 2 8 of clubs in there, so if you have a pocket 8 clubs, then
Yep.
good job. Your odds for hitting the set went up.
I reset mine.
So after 13 hands, we have, I believe, Rome ahead in the chip size at around, I believe, 700,000.
3-6 now. Lines have raised.
And we move on to 3-6.
Looking to get a patch one there. Maybe if I'm playing for actual prizes.
Got a hand? Yep.
Not big enough.
How much?
You want
16 for Alec.
We can't see his cards, but I bet you he has garbage. It just
Not your deal.
smells of an Alec-like move to do that, UTG. But Jeff has something good. So let's see what he does with it. He called. Oh my gosh. And Rome just has him one better. I love to see it. Let's see one more juicy hand.
So if Alec does have trash, like you were saying, like, he could hit
It's
low
actually,
here.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm at a range disadvantage, even though I raised first.
Well, if you're Jeff and Rome, you're open for Broadway. We don't know what Alec has. And you know what? PJ's also kind of hoping for a queen.
And they all check around, so they get to see a free card here.
That only helps PJ. Well, unless Alec has 2 spades. Oh wait, that's not a spade.
18,000.
Give you a free one. They're trying to catch up.
Yeah,
Jeff's like, dude, I can't believe PJ opened with 10s here.
PJ does like to talk his opponents in and out of hands. I think that's precisely what he's doing. Unfortunately, that does not help PJ. And he checks it, because what are you going to do?
And Jeff just checks it back. So Jeff gets a nice little hand there. There was some
That's first
pretty
win.
quick action. Yeah, I do believe that is his first win of the night.
He did have a walk.
He did have a walk, yeah. So he got a cute little.
It's an intimidation victory. No one else wants to play against you.
It was interesting. Usually, PJ does like to go the whole way, but like with that ace on the river, like that just destroyed any confidence in trying to bluff him.
Yeah, the ace is definitely in Jeff's range of hands he takes to that
Absolutely.
point.
I mean, I saw the hand. I'm like, you know what? I like this. You know what? We'll go with it. And then call. Like, right. Comes out 3 cards that I don't need. Sick.
That tells me Alec had a very middling hand that was nowhere close to the executive
I couldn't
range.
even, like,
Yeah, I don't think he expected the 2 pretty hands right next to him.
Alright. That's right. We've done that before.
Jeff probably throws this away, and he does. Wow, with another nice hand.
I just move them until my turn.
Decent.
What do you
hand.
do with it in that position?
They'll get them somewhere. I just move them.
I think he's gonna call. I don't think he's gonna try to force anything. Yeah. Matt with suited gap. 18,000.
That is a good looking hand. I love hands that look like that. I've heard it can get you into trouble, but it's all about the optics. Oh, let's see something interesting. Wait, hold up. You sure that hand was folded? Did we see Queen Jack get folded? How many people are in the hand, Hammy? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he gave it away. Yep.
Who gave that away? Alec gave away Queen
Alex
Jack.
gave it away. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Is he tilted?
I just think he gives Matt a lot of respect on the raise there.
That's fair. I'd also like to think Alec is tilted.
And wow, Matt hit that.
Zinger. Now, what does Rome have to go off, though?
Yeah, like I don't think he's getting much value here, but if you're Matt, you have to be pretty happy with that.
Well, and he checks. He's a smart guy. Oh my gosh!
He
And
does-
Rome's caught.
he does
the
catch
smallest piece of the
something.
puzzle.
He just glances the board.
Lawrence Wilson, Trey Lance at 3.
Trey Lance at 3 to who?
And Rome is gonna bet it.
He's run into trouble. He's high on his lead.
Matt just call here.
That's just salivating.
No, it's Matt Jones and Justin Fields.
Matt just calls. He doesn't want to push him out of his hand right now.
Or you raise, and you assume that he won't chicken out.
Oh, that's hefty. I don't know about this one.
That is a lot.
I don't see Rome staying for 40 here.
How prideful is Rome? We'll find out.
Like even if he catches like another 6,
49ers did not tell
like
their
you're
coaches or scouts their pit bull. They did
And a
not
call.
you're playing dead.
He's hoping for. He's
doesn't know
hoping
that,
for an ace.
obviously, but
A 6 would just
a
be
6 would
brutal.
be disgusting.
Let's see a 6. Nope.
Not quite. So let's see what Rome opens here.
Well, that makes
I'd be very surprised if he bet.
I think you back off of this hand.
Yeah, you kind of you kick yourself for taking it this far, and you check.
No. You're reaching for chip.
Or your big brass Rome, and you're gonna act like you've got it.
75 he's giving away.
That's rough, buddy.
I don't like even not knowing what like your opponent has. You have a 6 on that board.
Yeah, a call, just a call.
Just a call. Doesn't try to extract more value from that. And obviously,
And he shows the cheddar.
that is one of those hands where like it is just unfortunate to be bluffing.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think you're bluffing? He re-raised you on the turn. I don't know what you think you're bluffing there. Maybe he doesn't have the king. Well, now Matt's in the lead, which,
After
he's
a
been
nice
pretty
hand
tight.
like that.
Yeah, he gets his nice hand. He gets a lot of value, and now he's just going to, he can play tight for a while.
That's always happy poker to play. You get a pre-flop pretty hand, king jack suited. The flop comes 2 kings. Like that's just nice stress.
Yeah, I love those peace of mind hands, where you're just worried about nothing.
I mean, they're wondering. They've been talking about how we were mystified about Alec putting away the.
They can hear us?
Oh my god.
No.
Out of position, I got one behind me. It's like Queen Jack.
Wait, Hamlet ratted us out?
Hamlet ratted you out.
I'm gonna rat Hamlet out
Anyways.
for being a terrible econ major.
criticizing them back.
Okay.
The commentary now.
Well, we see
Nothing-
cards on the board here.
Nothing but love for my dealer Hamlet.
Say. Goodness gracious.
Not sure about Matt's cards here, but I suppose they're good. See if PJ folded.
That doesn't exactly look like a fun hand. Alec,
waking up with something good, and he calls.
he plays it. It's one card better than the hand he folded, and he plays it. Jeff.
And Jeff definitely.
He would have loved. Oh, we now see Matt's cards. I think that's the first pocket pair we've seen.
It is.
Let's see it hit. And let's also see a two
Matt
board.
with two good hands in a row. What was we have a queen, 4, and a 7 of what?
Yeah, 7 of spades is the funky one. We're good.
Yeah, the 7 of clubs.
7 of spades.
7 of.
That's why we need the board count, so we don't have to say that. It's okay.
So queen club, 4 of. Okay, yeah, we're good. A rainbow board. Had to update that one.
Who's interested? Jeff? Nah.
Did we put the turn down?
And it's a 9. Let's see Jeff hit an ace. Make it interesting.
And we're all caught up here. So Matt bet 20 and Alex thinking about it. He has a potential draw here to the 10. He likes it. And Jeff does not. See, I just knew it was coming.
Does Alex stick around for any reason?
No. Other than the fact that he does have relatively high cards here, but I think anything that Matt does here isn't getting much. And it looks like he's gonna size big here. 55. For 55.
I'd love to see Alec just come way over the top, like 3x. 150.
That would be bold.
It'd be a bold move. It wouldn't be good, but it would be fun to see.
I don't know, like Matt, like the queens are higher than Matt here. Like, oh, what? He has a full house. I totally missed that.
Way to go, Brock.
And wow, yeah. So like, good on Alec for folding that one.
I don't know, man. I don't know about this booth thing.
You're like getting like live.
Wow, like
Wait, are they checking the stream live?
they're stream sniping.
What a crock of baloney. Get off the stream.
Hey, 4 says no to that.
Yes, the floor definitely says no to that.
Stream sniping. Could you imagine if they did that in like an actual, like, Well, let me pull up, the game show network. See what hand you had.
Obviously, with poker, it's kind of hard to do because of the delay. But even like seeing your opponent's hands, like from a previous, like, sweating hand, that gives you a lot of information.
I mean, yeah, it does. They know it. Bunch of shysters.
And fighting words right there.
Is it? I said that, and then I was worried it was, like, mean. I was like, I don't fully understand the context of that word. Maybe I shouldn't use it.
Neither do I. I don't know.
I just know
You're saying it on stream, though.
Oh, no, I'm busted.
Connor has not been playing a lot of hands here, even those with suited runners.
The Bengals should choose
Penny
Sewell, but they...
I didn't think you had anything either, so that's why I was like, is this good enough? Is this good enough?
PJ Torts is suited runner.
He hates it when it isn't suited, but loves it when it is.
Nah, maybe I should just think about, is there any bluffs that
I would call.
I actually think there's a weird psychological bias towards suited hands. I don't think it raises your odds that much.
I mean, like, especially for low hands, you're going to take,
Bengals need
what you got there.
a drafted Jamar Chase.
And Rome continues to wake up with quality cards.
What was the flop?
Flop on the board, we don't even know what it is.
Ace of spade, 8 of clubs.
You just reach from Al's pile?
I'll race.
Ace of spades, 8 of clubs was the third card.
What?
Hamlet. Deuce of diamonds.
Deuce of diamonds.
That's why the board can't help.
So BJ,
Not a perfect.
that's
Alex
10K.
fold, and then Jeff's thinking about it.
Jeff. I don't know what Jeff's thinking about, but BJ's bet I think is pretty smart. Who's sticking around unless they have an ace?
Rome likes hanging out. Though.
Rome, easy call there.
You never know what might.
We've got a lot
Let's
of
see a 3.
bottom pair to top pair here.
Connor's getting involved in the wrong PJ show here.
Arm bells or something. Yeah, the arm bells are going off now.
Does the 5 really help anyone? No. Rome checking is very interesting. Our head might be worried. It was wise not to worry.
2-6. Dolphins.
Yep. I don't know what PJ sits around here for.
He's a smart guy. Let it go.
He's not coming back.
Oh.
For 2 years, he can go pro. You know, he has.
Deuce and loose. It's a one and done and a deuce and loose.
Yeah.
3 and 3.
Rome takes his
4 and 7.
Rome has
top
won
pair
a lot.
to the end there. Yeah, Rome has definitely been playing quite a few hands.
He's been getting a few good hands too.
yeah.
But what's interesting is Matt is still ahead, having played very few hands. But when he has played, they've really just
Definitely gotten the value out of him.
demolished.
I suppose with his pocket nines, he didn't exactly. Well, yeah, actually he did. I keep forgetting that he got a vote there.
It was on the turn though.
Yeah.
I'll take those two. I'll bet on you, though. I'll bet on you. I would happily go out myself. But you never know.
Way. How do you feel about King 9?
I'm very okay with it. I'd play it. To me, I play like King 7 up.
Are you watching?
King 9 for me is aggravating because it's like just on the precipice, especially when it's offsuit.
You'd love to see King 10.
Can you show me the screen?
No. It instantly raises.
What would you say? What? Race.
Oh, 3x raising. And Jeff does not like it.
Oh, Rome did.
No.
Can you believe this guy?
No.
Rome gives away his finally bad hand.
Connor has an ace.
And hold the defend. Heads up for Connor and Alec, an interesting pairing. We've got a jack of diamonds, a 7 of hearts, and clubs.
Well, Alec is feeling pretty good on a rainbow board with top pair and a decent kicker. Connor, on the other hand, would just be praying for any. What are you going to do? I think he's going to fold.
DMC'd by your saying.
That was 6K. 16,000, and Connor will give that up. Don't blame him there. He's playing for an ace.
Someone's playing garbage over there. What are you doing?
It's okay. This is my big pocket pair hand. I can feel it. I can sense
You can just see the anguish in Hamlet's posture and his voice. My heart goes out to him. Thank you for dealing.
It is a tough life dealing, especially. It is still early on in the night, so.
I will say though, dealing and then hearing commentary about the hands, especially when it's a cooler, you're always worried about giving away info. You know the announcers are going nuts back there, and you just have to be stone cold.
Just stone cold.
I didn't even hear you, so if you're cracking wise,
I think he's crap talking your dealing.
oh well. You don't even know which direction a demand curve goes on a econ
How
graph.
many streams do you get the dealer that can talk trash to people in the back?
This is PJ's hand. He's
Some
got the play.
economers on the stream. Yeah, PJ's probably gonna take one look at that and
He's playing it.
call.
I think he's raising it.
Raising it. And it looks like Weston.
What can I say?
And
I'm
Weston's
clairvoyant.
right. He is the PJ Whisperer.
The Oracle of Lincoln. 7-2. Oh, that's fun.
Don't blame him.
Who does?
Or I'm not quite sure what he has, but
We're not even sure.
he's
what he has.
thinking about it. And
Oh,
Matt's gonna easily play this one.
this is his payback. He had ace 2. He's graduated to ace 10.
No. That last hand was Connor with ace 2.
Oh,
Matt
whoops.
has ace 10 here.
Well, the board in general is graduating.
Can't catch all the cards on this flop. It's King of Hearts, Six of Spades, and
We seem to have trouble with the 2 of diamonds and the 8 of clubs. Also happen to be consistently coming up. PJ takes it with absolute garbage. But if he's going
But
to
he
pull
bet
that,
big.
if he's going to, he always, that means he either has it or he has Jack 3. He doesn't want to lose his hand.
He doesn't want to have to show the fact that he's playing a Jack 3.
Yeah, he wants him to see it post stream. You got bluffed off, and I had Jack 3. Of course I did. I'm PJ.
Maybe you're glad you didn't get action.
I don't think so.
You don't think that.
I think there's a pretty good chance.
Yeah, really the stream doesn't sound that bad except a little tiny little crack.
Oh wait, Alec is watching the stream again?
Is this just quality control sort of stuff? Or
No,
is
this he wants to know the hands.
he wants to know the hands.
This is some kangaroo nonsense.
If I was on that table, I would be stopping him.
Brock, send in the muscle.
They don't see me in the finals. Think I have to cheat to win.
Send in the poker enforcement.
Those spreadsheets when you go home, buddy.
Why would you be
It's
stopping?
not
Oh, you're so
like
good.
There's a history of all the added stored on Google Drive or anything like that, you know.
This final table is a train that does not stop.
I cooked those up.
You just can't stop it.
Cook the books.
The hands keep rolling.
No, I don't give a fuck about this draft, dog.
I don't care.
Maybe shut the fuck up.
Alec, I would imagine give this away.
Do it in their, do it in the announcer's voice. And do the sound effect.
You could just make it. You could make it.
I guess it's suited.
You could just make it 2.5.
I'm telling you, they see the suits, they go, they envision the world where they have a flush, and they don't picture the world where they just lose the 3x raise they inevitably have to pay to get in the hand.
I love how our streams have, the last 2 final streams have crossed over with major sports events.
Ace Jack.
No,
Now that's a comfy hand.
Yeah, Matt's had a couple of decent hands here.
He's had his string. Let's see if he can capitalize on it.
Ooh, heads up here. PJ called with that.
Of course, PJ called.
Astounding. Okay.
Check.
Nobody's interested. That's kind of reasonable, ain't it?
Alex seeing some weakness. Come around to PJ.
Who just needs one more heart.
Check.
still kind of mystified why PJ is playing this game.
There are 3 hearts on the board.
I mean, no, like pre-flop, he went in like.
He also went in pre-flop with Jack 3 and then 2-3.
What was the bet? 34. Trying to keep him off that last card, and he does.
I lost a lot of equity on that turn.
5 of spades.
And
See,
Alec,
look what he's doing. Look what he's doing to the table. He says he makes the bluff, he takes it down from Alec. He makes the comment. He's like, "Oh, I lost a lot of equity there." He's telling the table what he did. He knows what he's doing. It's all mind games. The game is won off the board, Brock. Just like chess. Chess and poker, it's not about you just gotta, psych your opponent out. I also don't believe in that, in case this, I want people thinking I'm, ridiculous. I really want to see some big moves from Jeff here. He can be pretty quiet, and you know what? He opened the hand the night, I should say, with that weird bluff that I don't remember if it worked out, but if it failed, that's kind of the early indicator of like, I'm thinking I'm going to bluff them a lot. I'm going to be aggressive, and then you immediately get shut down, and then you kind of play tight the rest of the night.
he did have that one win.
8-2 is just ugly. It's worse than 7-2. At least at 7-2, you can take solace in the fact you have the worst hand.
And you get the meme hand, yeah. Matt with another decent hand.
Unstoppable. You cannot stop the rock.
You gotta raise with her in your button. You can't just let me have it. Now,
18,000 has become a big number here.
Really speculative fold.
And PJ folds 8-7 red. I kind of get that.
But he played it 8-6 off for the same value.
PJ.
Alec folded. Okay.
Now let's see a jack on the board, so this is just disgusting. Not
All
quite.
spades.
We had all hearts, all spades.
So
Rome is sticking around.
Yeah, Roman's definitely checks it. Tries to get a free card, which he does. What's that? The turn?
Oh.
Rome's gonna check this one back. See if
Solomon the Wise checks
and
his
Matt
really
is
good
looking
flush.
at a straight potential here. So
15,000.
Yikes. I mean, if you're Matt though, you got to be thinking, all right, what if he has a spade?
Easy call from Rome.
He thought about it for a second. He's doing his part.
There it is. The big
Well, is Matt happy about that?
Matt does catch something on.
Yeah, but is that really the card he wanted?
Not by any stretch of the
And now
imagination.
Rome's gonna make a bet, and that's gonna be like, I caught a jack. I don't know.
Be 50K. And Matt decides not to.
Wise guy. I like that. He improved in the river. He let it go anyways. You not respect him.
Yeah, as you mentioned, like the jack, like that is not the kind of improvement he really wanted. But lucky for him, obviously, because if he got the straight on that river, he would have been a dead man walking.
Yeah, that'd be the. I mean, I think the coolerest hands we have seen have been flush over straight.
Yeah.
So that'd be getting a second one of those.
That being said, like once you see 4 spades on the board, or wary about your straights.
After this hand, we are raising the blinds again. All right, Brock.
4-8.
How do we want to punish them?
Punish them. You want to go to 10-20?
No, 4-8 makes sense.
4-8 it is.
Tell them 4-8, but in a really impending doom kind of tone and style.
I told them pick a time. Count a half hour. Pick a time.
Widow, the Lions need a tackle. I don't think taking a quarterback makes much sense.
The Lions?
Yeah.
I don't like Jared Goff.
Thing is, I think he's serviceable for a couple years. And I think tackle is a more important need for him at the moment.
Connor, Matt, PJ, A7 doesn't cut it. King 10 does. See, PJ likes the sneaky hands. He wants to see Broadway. He doesn't want to catch ace high.
Jeff calls.
Jeff calls. I think Jeff just wants to play a hand. Unfortunately, if he catches a jack, he will be sad.
Doesn't quite catch it. Quite a low flop there.
Now, and if I were Matt here, if I can give any insight, I'd bet so big. I just don't want anyone catching anything. 9 high, like, I don't want them catching another diamond, a straight card, an overcard. You bet big. At least that's what I would do.
PJ raised 18K, so it's not exactly hitting his range there, but nobody knows what. So it was 10K? Yep. PJ catches a king.
So now he's... See, I'm telling you, Matt should have bet so big, the king doesn't stick around. And it's a king of diamonds. Matt, super worried. PJ, not worried at all. Especially with a 10.
I'll check around, and PJ will take it.
3 people in the pot, that added up quick. Better than our typical heads up.
Three-way, you do get a little bit of value.
I mean, like, someone might have lost track of it. Yeah.
Yes, we are. And we're going to go to a break here.
I thought about value betting a little bit, but I was like, I don't really know if that makes sense in any case.
That was...
When he 4-bet, I'm like, dude, all right, well.
I told Brock, I was like, you know, they both probably think the other has a pocket pair. Or ace king.
Well, as soon as he checked twice, I'm like, dude, all right, well, we both have ace king, so now it's just like, I'm going to check the river.
Really, I thought, my logic went, if you thought the other guy had ace king, you'd be the first to bet, right? You'd be like, oh, I know you have ace.
I was like, just in case he's trapping me, let me just take it down. Like, just take it to the river. Like, okay.
Wesley was very...
Queen Jack.
Queen Jack. I'm out of position. I'm out of position. All right. I'm going to restart this real quick because we were audio.